become best friends. Yep.
Welcome to Beyond Average Nerds. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Heyo! We are here. We are live. It's not even live. And here we go. How are you tonight,
How y'all doing? I'm doing swell. How about yourself, bro?
Doing good. It'd be great if you moved your face just over a little bit so we can...
Look,
I'm the bearded boy, and he's the mustache maniac.
You said you were going to say it, and I hated it then, and I hate it now.
Yeah, I'm going to take the graphic off of here just so it's
That's
not
fine.
Right in your head, you know? So
it's okay.
Anyway, you'll notice here we have the Family Guy episode, Mr. Saturday Night, joining us because Weston could not be here. Therefore, he is Mr. Saturday Night because he has a life, unlike us, who have children that we put to bed, and then we play video games, play Fortnite, do whatever we want.
Absolutely. And you know, it's funny because most people aren't going to see it because it's a podcast. We're live on video right now.
Right. Yeah,
we're live on Twitter.
Most of our following. Well, we're live on we're live on
Wait, did I say
Twitch
Twitter?
Right now. Yeah, you said. Yeah, I was like, what's going on with you? Are you okay?
Too many beers. No, I'm not okay.
So we're trying out this new live podcast thing, and Aaron texted me maybe like an hour and a half ago, was like, hey, I'm down to record tonight, what are you doing? And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, let's do it. When I heed the call whenever I get the call.
Yeah, I fumbled on Monday. I wasn't able to do it. Was having a little wife dispute. She's cool, I'm cool, we're good now. Just having a little, sometimes couples fight a little bit.
If that's you, Katie, watching, he's lying right now. He was telling me that he's super mad at you and he doesn't ever want to talk to you again.
I don't ever want to talk to her again, but it's fine. As long as she brings home a paycheck, it's fine. We're okay. We actually, it's funny because we've been watching that show. What is it? The Are You the One? The MTV show they have on Netflix now, and it's like finding the perfect TV. Match. It's such garbage TV, but I love it. And it's like it's funny though because we talk all the time about how like we're soulmates, like because we're just so similar, but like we're clearly not each other's perfect match by any stretch of the imagination because we're so similar. Like in reality, like we are terrible as a couple and we should have never actually gotten married, but we love each other so much, and we just have so much fun together. Like because me and Mason, like, so we were in Austin this weekend. It was me and Mason, Weston, Sierra, and our boys, and we were having a lot of fun together and everything.
It was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
2 weeks ago. What did I say?
You said this weekend.
Last weekend, a couple weeks ago, whatever. Time is irrelevant. Look, I don't know if you've been watching Loki or not, but time is irrelevant. So, anyways, my point is that we were all hanging out, and there was just points in time where I was just like making little references and just like saying little things to myself that nobody understood, and I was just like, man, if Katie was here right now, she would get it, but she wasn't there, and it made me sad.
She wasn't. Neither was my wife, and I felt that a lot too. Like, oh, if I said this, she would laugh.
Yeah. That's like it's just like people are sometimes like, yeah, that's her. He says,
there she is.
Yeah,
but definitely. Put that chat overlay.
It's just like look, some people are like, oh, if it's lame when you're like, oh, I married my best friend, blah, blah, blah. But I really did marry my best friend because we know all each other's goofy references and stuff. So
I love how you just pivoted to realize that she was watching, and you're like, we're not each other's, and we're not meant for each other, and all this. And now
my wife is hot. Twitch chat's just blowing up right now.
I love how her name is Drunk Nurse 93. So like she's calling you drunk, but she's actually at work with the name Drunk Nurse, taking care of
if you want to play child. If you want to play video games with a thick, sexy nurse, hit up Drunk Nurse on Stadia, Twitter, TikTok.
Calm down. That's my sister, bro. That's my sister. Okay.
Hey, I'll just call it like I see it. All right.
Right. Okay. Well, anyway, we got stuff to talk about tonight
We got stuff to
because
talk about.
we decided to do this on a Saturday night too, because
Yeah.
life is about to get insanely crazy for me, especially. So
Yeah.
I'll give you I'll paint a little picture of what's going on next week, because I'm really glad we're doing this tonight, because I would not be able to do it next week.
Okay.
So Monday,
Yeah.
I am going to be pouring some concrete in my parents' backyard, because they're dropping in a pool, which
That's
also
right.
is right next door to you. So I've got to
Yeah.
plumb the equipment and all that stuff. And then on Tuesday, I've got my whole fence in my backyard being redone, as well as a 18 by 20 slab being poured at the same time.
Yes.
So my life for the next week is just going to be insane with everything going on in that aspect.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I'm building this epic man cave. That's
Yes.
going to, like, I'm gonna podcast in there, and Twitch stream and play video games upstairs, and
Yeah.
do all kinds of fun things.
It should be pretty dope, I think. Just
Yeah,
all
we're gonna
all
watch
the
some
way around.
football.
We'll
Oh
watch
yeah,
some football, just have some fun.
yeah,
And
yeah.
are
And
you
then you were
getting
talking about
an AC
you were
unit?
yeah. I got two sitting actually, like, right over there. They're
Oh,
gonna
okay,
go.
nice.
They're like these window units, but they're Wi-Fi
Mm.
enabled, and they work like just like a regular air conditioning, where they kick on and off, and they also do heating. So
That's
picked
pretty
those
dope.
up last
I like
week.
it.
Yeah. Also, right over there, I'm looking at an 82-inch TV that's going into it as well. So,
Dude, heck yes. What's your address so I can rob you again? I'm trying to remember.
right? Yeah. Let me just write that down and put it on the internet here. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's
and
gonna be
I'm
epic when it's
installing
done.
my
Yeah.
boy barn in my backyard. I decided I didn't want a man cave because I wanted a boy barn because it sounded a little bit lamer. I'm gonna
or
come with
just wrong
it's.
altogether.
I don't want a boy barn. All right, my wife can't have. Or I'm sorry, I don't want a man cave. All right, I don't. My wife can't have a she shed. All right, I'm gonna have a boy barn. That's gonna be dope.
All
I'm
right.
only because it's a boy barn because I only have a 42-inch TV in there, and it's smaller. It's only one
Half
level
the
instead
size
of
of my
two.
television.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be epic. I've been dreaming about this building, since I was like 12, and it's finally coming to
Yeah.
reality. So I'm pretty excited about it. Since I was
Hashtag
living in a chicken
grown-ups.
house, literally
Yeah,
living in a
literally.
chicken house. But it
Yeah,
was a cool
if you guys aren't aware of Mason's living situation, I mean, they had, the family home, but his dad grew up on a chicken farm, which was, the family home and the land and everything, and there was an old chicken coop, which they turned into a living area, and that we used to play music in and everything. And Mason's bedroom was one of the rooms attached to it. It was super fun. We spent a lot of time eating Chick-fil-A and watching Heroes in there. It was dope.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Also, I have kind of a beef to pick with Katie right now. I know she's watching, so I'm just gonna read her comments as they come in.
Yes.
Aaron told me last night that you've been playing Fortnite without me. Confirm or deny? She says,
Bro,
she's hot. Dot 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 dot
literally,
dot.
yeah. Yeah, the other day, because
No comment.
I was talking to Noah about it, and he's like, "Mommy, do you play Fortnite?" She's like, "I played it." I'm like, "Well, she's just played it with me." She's like, "No, I played it by myself." And I'm like, "What?"
Wait, what?
Like, "Yeah, I played it on my Switch at work." I'm just like, "TFTI, what
Yeah,
happened?
dude, I
Where
literally
was
am playing
I?"
Fortnite every single night, and you don't like to join me. Dude, at like 3 a.m. Okay, fine. Text me. I'll play with you. Okay.
We were up till 3 a.m. watching Too Hot to Handle on like a Wednesday, bro. Don't give me it's 3 a.m. All right, I don't want to hear that
Yeah,
noise.
that
Okay?
sounds like a Matchbox 20 song right now. Okay.
This is month of Mondays right now.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. So we have this cool idea. We're gonna start. We're starting this band. It came up in conversation. It's called Month of Mondays, and it's gonna be the
yeah,
most emo thing you've ever heard. It's basically just gonna be our old band, just rebranded. So
it's like if you thought Hawthorne Heights was emo, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'll tell you that right now. All right.
yeah, and we're gonna start another Twitch channel called Streamo, where we just sit around and
Yeah,
cry about our feelings all the time.
heck yes. She does
She's
still need to
Katie's
do our merch design.
Yeah, she says I still need to do your merch design. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on with that?
All right,
Let's figure
Katie
that
Cat.
out.
If you didn't see the intro video, you should check that because I made the. By the way,
The intro
anybody
is super cool.
if anybody's listening or watching in the future or the past or whatever, because time is relative, that intro video was apropos of nothing. I literally just we need some intro music, and so I made the music in about a half an hour, and then Mason made the video, and we didn't know the other one was doing it, and it worked out so well.
I threw it straight on there and just edited it in 5 seconds, but it's fine. Yeah. We're good.
It works so good.
The powers of fast computers and the internet,
right? That's what we got that $5,000 Mac for.
Yeah, just so I could do this right in this moment. That's what's happening right now. So anyway, things being built and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna have a podcast, and it's gonna be this video right now this week. So it's gonna come out at some point when I have time to edit it.
Yeah, absolutely. If I just had to mute myself because my daughter walked into our bedroom, I apologize.
But no, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. We'll forgive her.
She's just gonna sleep.
Does she want to join the show right now? Just have your whole family on here?
While I podcast, no big deal. Our entire family's just gonna join the show.
Yeah, right. Get Noah in here.
Do we want to jump in?
Dude, we got a lot to talk about here. You sent me a list of stuff, and I'm like, man, this might be a couple hours. So, but it's cool. Guess what? Doing this at night is so much better because we have no time constraints. It's not like
it's true.
I got to be home at 5, so see ya. That's literally how I ended the podcast last time. It was bye. It was just a drop off the cliff.
And Mason's like, okay, I need to leave now for real though.
Yeah, seriously. So anyway, we wanted to talk about our weekend trip to go hang out with Weston. We went down to Austin. We road tripped with our children. It was very fun.
It was pretty dope.
We had
a lot of Pokemon.
We went wild. It was playing Pokemon all weekend. That was the extent of our crazy weekend. 3 dudes in a pool one day, and then playing Pokemon. That was it.
3 dudes, two babies, and some Pokemon. That was what it was. It was amazing. Was a good time. Mason won a lot, by the way, you guys.
I did.
I don't know.
That was the best. Yeah, maybe Austin brings it out in me.
Yeah, or just using banned cards, whatever, No,
I'm gonna keep using those.
Using cards that aren't legal in play.
Are they not legal, or are you just not good enough to beat me?
I feel like that's what she said, but I don't know. I don't know why she would say it, but I think she did.
Oh my god. No, yeah, but it was fun. It was cool. It was nice to see Weston. I mean, for the first time in a long time. So,
dude, really? Cool. I know I haven't seen that dude in years, literally.
Yeah, you haven't. Yeah, I've seen him more recently, but yeah, it was fun. It was a good weekend, and like I said, we built out my deck, which is like a fire deck. So it's basically the cards I got from the Chili Rain tournament, but I added 60 cards to it. So but anyway, it was good time to see Weston, and hopefully maybe next week he'll be back on the podcast. Yeah. So I just texted him. It was kind of last minute, and I was like, dude, you want to join? He's like, no, I'm going to pass tonight. And I'm like, so I had to put up that Mr. Saturday Night because he's the guy with a life and things going on, That's him.
He's watching the Hawks-Bucks game right now. Probably.
If he is, yeah. What is it? Have you seen the score? We're live right now.
It's 117 to 107. 118 to 107 right now.
That's a bummer. Yeah. That's a bummer.
There's only 40 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, it's over. Poor Hawks. They tried so hard. Classic Atlanta team. If their star player hadn't have gotten hurt, which I'm not going to get into basketball talk, I really think they would have had a chance here. So,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But anyway,
I don't even know what you just said. I was reading a text message. I was just agreeing with you. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I'm getting text too. Yeah. Oh wow, it looks super nice. My wife's caulking our bathroom. So
nice.
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah.
You're gonna have to go home and caulk your wife. Anyway, so
okay, calm down. Jeez. Yeah. So okay. So this is the funny part of this entire thing. This is how much I've been playing Fortnite in my life. Yeah. So I bought this game when it came out on PS4.
I'm interrupting you. I'm interrupting you. The title of this episode is "There Are Other Games for the PlayStation 5 Than Fortnite." Like, just so you know.
Hey, you know what you just did there? Could you move your mic like a little closer? Because when you turn like that, you sounded so much better.
Yeah, I have to put it on my lap. Is that better?
Oh, that sounds so good. Yeah.
So good? Okay. I'm just going to hang out with it here then.
Cool. Yeah. So, but yeah, anyway. So I bought this game back on launch day of PS4.
When it launched a year and a half ago. Anyway.
Yep. And then I bought it again on PS5 for the Intergrade because I got the digital version and I couldn't upgrade my disc version with the digital version. So I had to buy it again with the Intergrade. $70. See you later. And Aaron still beat the entire thing before I did.
So let's do the math. You spent $130 plus tax, or $140 or $130. $130 plus tax on this game.
Math is hard.
And you still haven't beaten it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's depressing.
Yeah, you know what? I told Aaron the other night, I'm just going to play a chapter every year, and then maybe after I beat it 5 years later, the part 2 will come out, because that's just how these games tend to work, you know?
Really,
so, like, I've got 8 chapters left in the game, plus the Yuffie part, so really, like 14 chapters.
You're still only on chapter 12, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. I think I'm just starting chapter 12, too. I just beat the ghost on the train.
Oh, okay.
That whole part, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what chapter that is. I think that's around chapter 12, though, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we just got out of that whole situation with Yuffie and Aerith. Yeah.
Yeah. Yuffie?
Oh, sorry, with Tifa. What's
Tifa,
wrong with me? I can't think. Yeah.
It's okay. I know you're not drunk, but I am, so I get it.
Drinking water.
So do you want me to just like tell you what happens? Do I just need to
spoil
this game?
I don't know if we need to necessarily. Yes. Also, tell me what happens on a 30-year-old game. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, because the thing is, dude, the ending is not the same ending. It's very different.
Well, it's only like a quarter of the actual game, though. So
no, I know, but okay.
But where it ends is different than in the game where it ends.
I can spoil it right now if y'all want to hear some spoilers.
I just kind of want to get your effect on it. You know, like how did it hit you after playing the remake after being so religious about the first game? I kind of have already gone into this just based on what I had played of it at the time. On earlier podcasts, but yeah.
So I mean, like for myself playing the whole thing, I think I played it over like maybe like 3 weeks, something like that. And I will say, like, the first act of the game, like the first third of the game, was super fun, very engaging. I was extremely excited to play it. And then basically once you blow up the second reactor and Cloud like gets paired off with Aerith, and that's your thing, and like you go off on that whole tangent up until chapter about 16 and a half, 7, right around the beginning of chapter 17, which is the end of the game. Basically, it is super boring. It's a slog to get through. I didn't really enjoy it. I was just playing it so that I could get to the end. And I gotta say, the end was one of the best endings to any game I've played in a long time.
So it was good. It was
amazing. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Did it kind of keep the same concept of what's happening at that point in the game, or did it totally change everything?
So I'm not sure.
Okay.
I personally think, and you know, I'm sure there's theories and things like that I haven't read. I'm pretty sure that the end of the game changes literally everything going forward. Literally everything. Potentially, if they want to, yes.
Wow.
And like as like the story, like literally the entire story could potentially be completely different if they
I don't like that though. I don't really want that to happen.
See, I'm interested in that because they don't have to do what they did in the first game. So the first game, you've played a lot of it, so you understand, like, in the first game, you're going through this. I think it took me about 35 hours to finish the whole thing, all of the content, and I did most of the side quests, but not all of them. But you take this 30 some odd hour game, and in reality, it should only be like 10 hours long, maybe 12.
Mm.
Because that's the amount of content that was provided to us in the original Final Fantasy VII. And so they've just taken that and they've really elongated it, and they've put these mechanics into the game that just kind of artificially extend it. I think I referred to them to you. I think I talked to you about this, referred to them as obstacle courses. They're not puzzles. They're obstacle courses that you have to go through that are just there to make you spend time on it. It's not
fill time.
it's not difficult. They're not something you have to figure out. It's an obvious execution of a slow process, and it's so tedious and boring and annoying. And I hate that kind of thing. I hate it with a passion because like I said, it just artificially extends the game. There's no real reason for it. Even in situations where you're pulling a lever and you need to hold triangle. Why do I need to hold triangle for 2 seconds to pull a lever? And it just takes a little bit longer. And I mean, that's a really small example of these things, but like, in the original game, you had where Tifa, or I'm sorry, Aerith and Cloud are leaving the Sector 6 slums, or the Sector 6 from the church into the town, and like there's the giant hands and everything, and now in this one you have to move the hands around, and Aerith has to hop onto it, and like I said, it pretends like it's a puzzle, but it's not really. It's just an obstacle to waste your time, and it wastes a lot of time, and it's not fun.
That's kind of
But
a
that
bummer.
being said, the music is amazing. The symphonic music is amazing. They have different versions of all the different songs. The voice acting for the most part is good. The combat is super fun. I mean, everything about it is good. It's just repetitious and boring in certain situations like that, because it's pointless, and that it's
Gotcha.
pointless because you played the original game. It doesn't
Yeah,
need to be there.
I see. Yeah. Well, that's kind of crazy. I hope. Yeah, that's interesting. That kind of makes me afraid for the next whole part of the game. Then.
Well, see, that's the thing is, so if you finish it, I think you'll understand that the potential that the next two parts have to be so much better is there.
Okay.
It really sets such a good tone at the very end of it for the
That's
next two
cool.
parts to be so much there. And then of course PS5 has Intergrade, right? Or
Right.
Intermission they call it. So that's playing as
Yeah.
Yuffie, and that 6.5 hours that I spent playing as Yuffie was probably better than the 35 hours that I spent playing the
Wow.
main game.
That's wild.
It's phenomenal because it moves at a pace that is acceptable
Mm.
for the amount of story that they're giving you and the gameplay. And it's like I said, it's quite a bit more fun. The gameplay mechanics of Yuffie are super fun. Like she like her basically her ninjutsu ability, so you can melee with her if you want to, with her like 4-point star, or you can throw it at an enemy, and then once it's stuck in them you can use a ninjutsu, which is just like ranged magic attacks. But then you can use your ATB bar to use an ability that will give you different elemental ninjutsus, and so you're using elemental attacks, which can counter different enemies and things like that. And then also her and her partner, their accessories gain I think it's AP ability points, double speed, so that you can level up your materia a lot faster, because the games, the intermission is a lot shorter than the normal game. So you can level that up a lot faster. And then you can also, there's only 2 chapters, which is a bit silly, but you can chapter select after
weird.
you finish it. Yeah, I know, it's
You want to
chapter
do this
selecting 2
part or
chapters.
that part?
Exactly, but, it's so good. The final boss in that is it's not as good. The final boss in that is not even close to as good as the final boss in the standard remake game. However, still very good.
Nice.
And there's some Dirge Cerberus stuff in there and everything.
Yeah,
It's
that's
it's
the one
fantastic.
thing that I don't want to be spoiled on it, obviously,
Yeah,
but
no,
like
I won't.
that was probably the last Final Fantasy VII Realm title I played. I haven't replayed the first
Mhm.
game or anything like that since I originally, and
Yeah,
I loved Dirge of Cerberus. I know it got like kind of bad reviews and stuff, but I loved that game. It was
yeah,
so much fun. Just
yeah,
playing a Final Fantasy first person shooter. I mean,
right.
I kind of want to just like replay it right now. But the fact that it has a lot of
Yeah.
some of that stuff in it, does it tease Vincent at all? Or
No,
okay, so it's just the other stuff.
it teases well, it doesn't tease the some of the villains from Dirge
Oh,
of
just
Cerberus
appear.
are there to fight.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Nice.
pretty dope. And then
That's
actually
cool.
one of the main villains from Dirge of Cerberus, once you beat intermission, is available in the VR combat missions of the main game as well. So
Oh,
it
that's
adds
cool.
that into the main game too in the VR missions. So yeah.
Oh, neat. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Awesome. Yeah, well, maybe I'll pick it up. I've been like I said, I've
Yeah.
just been playing a ton of Fortnite, so it's
Yeah,
just
I
part of my
know, I
life
know.
now. Yeah, we have another person joining us, so thanks for joining us. Say hi.
Welcome to the podcast, random
Yeah, we're
person
just
that's
kinda
using
doing
us to fall asleep.
yeah, right. Yeah, don't let us put you to sleep too quickly, but thanks for
No, I
hanging.
know, I know. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, but anyway, yeah, so I'm glad you really liked the game. I'm
Yeah,
glad that it was overall what would you give it, like, score-wise without
it's hard to
spoiling, you know?
say. Honestly, it's hard to say overall,
Do you
because I
think it's
think it's
go
100%
ahead.
worth buying.
Yeah,
And if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, play it, buy it. It's like Final Fantasy 14, okay? It's either, 14. It's either the highest highs and the best of the best, or it sucks.
gotcha.
And I maybe I have a little bit of nostalgia poisoning, when I say that, but it's like, how you can go through the game and collect all of this the recordings? You can,
Yeah,
like, for 50 gold, like, at different vendors, you can buy the songs, but you can only play them at jukeboxes. There's 2 jukeboxes in the whole game, and you can't really hear them very well. So it's kind of pointless. Like, like, that's such a stupid and wasted feature of the game. Like,
interesting.
you should, like, in Final Fantasy 15, you can buy the soundtracks for all the different Final Fantasy games throughout the game, Final Fantasy 15, and you can listen to them in full audio recording, HD surround sound while you're driving around, and it sounds so good and it's so fun. And they didn't do that. It's just stupid and pointless. And there's just things in there that are stupid and pointless. And then there's points in time where Sephiroth shows up, and there's
Yeah,
points in time where, you're getting some, like, real emotion, and sometimes where they're building on the side characters, and times where they're building on more on the main characters, and times where, like, you're switching your materia around, before a boss fight that just feels so good and so nostalgic and so much fun. And you're trying to decide what weapon you're going to use, because all of the weapons are essentially even once you start leveling them. It's just what kind of strategy do you want to use in your group, and all these sorts of things. And then, Red 13 shows up and joins you, and you can't use him to fight, but he fights alongside you, and it's so much fun, and it's just so energetic and
that's
so
cool.
exciting. And the score in some parts are amazing, and the motorcycle combat is so much fun and
Oh,
so
that
good,
whole part is so awesome with the
and you get to do it
motorcycle and
again at the end.
oh,
It's
snap, I'm so
so
excited, yeah.
good. It's so good. Okay, so one thing, it's not a spoiler, but it is something that I'm going to tell you because you need to know it because you need to finish this game. So at the end of Final Fantasy VII, or not the end of Final Fantasy VII, but the end of the Midgar section of Final Fantasy VII, we're leaving the city. You do the motorcycle combat scene. You stop. You get off, and then this giant robot comes up. You fight it. Right. That's the original Final Fantasy VII. In the remake, you fight all the bad guys on the motorcycles. It's so much fun. And then the robot comes up and you fight it while you're on the motorcycle. And it is the coolest fight. It is so good. And it's not the final battle, but it's so good. And you just stuff like that. They hit it on the head so well. But they missed the mark on some stuff, man. I gotta say, they really missed the mark on some stuff.
Yeah. So it's kind of seems like it's kind of a mixed bag for you. Kind of see where it all shakes out at the end of it all. Kind of deal. Is that what I'm reading?
Pretty much, yeah. It's one of those things where I think every Final Fantasy fan should definitely play it. But at the same time, it's not. If it's your first time playing Final Fantasy VII, I bet you'll enjoy the heck out of it. If it's not, it's going to be a mixed bag. I think that's just an across the board thing for everybody. It's going to be a mixed bag for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying so well, that's good. I'm glad you liked it. Right now I'm currently trying, before we get into Loki talk, did you see on the internet that they leaked the toys for Spider-Man No Way Home with his suits?
No.
Did you see this? Okay, I'm going to pull it up right now. Yep, if I can get it. Oh, it's from, maybe it wasn't leaked because it's an article on Marvel.com. So, okay, so I'm gonna put this up on the screen.
So not actually leaked at all. Got it. Okay, just news.
Right. Yep. Okay, so here are the suits for No Way Home. I don't know if you can see that very well.
I can full screen this. All right.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is. I think this is kind of the new mainline suit, is what it's kind of portraying here, and then something's going to happen with this.
They got like a black and gold. That's cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be like stealthy kind of Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, I don't know, and if it's even going to be him, maybe it might be one of these other Spider-Men.
Okay, I see.
It's probably going to be him, but like that's my fan theory. I don't really love getting into like fan theories and things like that. I did way too much for WandaVision, and after that, I was like, okay, I can't do this. I just want to enjoy these shows.
WandaVision really did ruin fan theory in general.
Because every episode people were like, is it Mephisto? Is it? Or is it just...
I still think it is, even though they never said it.
Right. But anyway, I think these suits look pretty cool. And, Kevin Feige gave an interview the other day where they were asking him about gave an interview where they were asking him about No Way Home, and he was just like, some of those things out there are very off the mark and some of them are very on the mark. He's like, all I can say to you is go ask Alfred Molina. Because awesome. Alfred Molina gave that interview to, I think it was Variety, where he basically spoiled his whole part in the movie. Not the whole thing, but just like how he comes about. And I'm sure that really made Marvel mad. So anyway, it was just funny.
He's the new Tom Hiddleston, basically. Or not Tom Hiddleston. The kid that plays Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah. Tom Holland, yeah. There's too many Toms in this universe. Toms and Chris's. There's so many Toms and Chris's.
Well, pretty soon there's not going to be any, so it doesn't matter.
Right? Yeah. So it's all the guard is shifting in the Marvel universe. Yeah. So I'm going to shut off this real quick. All right,
that's cool.
We back. So that kind of brings us to Loki. If you have not watched it and don't want to be spoiled, this would probably be the part where you skip ahead about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Don't turn the
podcast.
Just skip to the end so we get the play credit of the end, like you played it fully. So, but we're gonna talk about a few things after this.
Well, let me plug our ads in really quick. This podcast is brought to you by Google Stadia. Google Stadia, ride the wave. Okay, we're good.
Dang it! You got it in there. We went like at least 7 episodes without not even mentioning Stadia, and you just brought it back. We
Man,
talked so much about
I
Stadia, and
know.
then we were like, "Yeah, it's gonna be good. We can hold in with Stadia," and then we all bought PS5s, and we are like, "Screw this crap."
Dude, I love Stadia. I really think it is an excellent platform, but Google is just dropping the ball. It's
Yeah,
so
it's a bummer.
poorly managed,
Yeah,
and it's
it's a
just
bummer.
disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah, I play a
Oh,
lot
well.
of Fortnite on the NVIDIA streaming service, GeForce Now,
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
I am a Mac user of a
Mhm.
really nice iMac, and I can't use it to play Fortnite. So I play it on GeForce Now, which is really fun. So anyway,
Yeah, I just play it on my computer, my
yeah,
PC.
and it's cool with GeForce Now. They have apps everywhere except for Apple TV,
Mhm.
which is weird to me. But they have their apps
That is
on
weird.
like my Android TV that's like 5 years old now. I can play GeForce Now on it and play Fortnite, play like any game
Mhm.
out there. It's funny.
Well, I think, like, part of it was to continue making the NVIDIA Shield relevant, essentially,
Yeah,
because that's kind of like a quote unquote older platform that they've just
yeah.
continued to try to keep around. So anyway.
Yeah, and their hardware's, gotten really good reviews for that too.
Mhm.
So, anyway. Okay, so Loki. Spoiler
Yes.
alert.
Very good.
I'm gonna put up the caption. I'm gonna put the caption right now. Spoilers.
One person is watching and it's my wife. And
Probably, yeah.
so,
Katie, if
well,
you're
no,
here, sound off.
yeah. And,
If
she
not, you're
probably is, like, "watching," quote, unquote, and is just actually on TikTok. But anyway.
in She's filming TikToks or on TikTok?
No, just she's just watching TikToks, yeah. I'm
Oh,
here.
yep.
Oh, okay. That's
She's
very
here, but
nice.
she spelled it wrong. I'm
It's
like a bear.
Here, baby. Yeah,
There
there
you
you go.
go.
You
There you
figured
go.
it out.
You got there. You got there.
She got there.
Fine.
I've had, like, 4 beers, but she spelled "here" wrong. It's fine, anyways.
Okay, so Loki. What the hell is going on?
Dude, I don't
I don't wanna get
exactly
into
know.
fan theory-ish stuff, but,
No.
like, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, King the Conqueror is gonna be the big bad," like, whatever,
Right, right,
like, Kang has been cast, he's gonna be an Ant-Man, so, like, it's
you're
not
right,
Kang, get over that. They're not gonna
right.
tease the big bad villain of a movie that's coming out in 3 years in a show that's out right now, you know?
Yeah, for sure,
Well,
for
actually,
sure.
they kinda did that with, they did that with Thanos at the end of the first Avengers. They're like, "Here's a
It's
picture
true.
of his face. See ya in
Yeah,
5 years."
it's true.
We're gonna
Well,
have
yeah, I
2
mean,
more movies before this actually happens. Yeah,
yeah, and that's the thing, I mean, I think you never know what Marvel's gonna do, but
right.
I think the fan theory side of things is, like, it's so expectant, and
Yeah,
people really hope that things are gonna be so much more complicated than they actually wind up being. Because I think the majority of people that watch Marvel films aren't comic book buffs, and
yeah.
so Marvel's like, "Well, let's dumb it down a little bit."
Yeah. Well, they just and the thing too is they have this whole universe that's a new universe, so they've kinda can
Right.
do whatever they want at this point, you know?
Well, that's true. And I mean, I think Loki, though, of the 3 shows that they've put out, because they got WandaVision, Winter Soldier and Captain America, and now Loki. Loki, I think, is probably my favorite of the 3, just
Yeah.
because, everybody knows I love weird stuff. If it's weird, I'm immediately sold and hooked. The weirder the better. And then also just because of how quickly it moves. And I know it's only 6 episodes, but they're 45-minute episodes, or roughly for 40 to 45 minutes. They're full, hour, normal TV hour length episodes. Anyway, and the speed at which they move is fantastic. I mean, basically you're having the multiverse split out in episode 2, which is bonkers. I mean, WandaVision didn't nothing really happened until, like, the last 2, maybe 3
Oh, yeah.
episodes.
And,
And
I've kind of felt a little that way with Loki. Like, the first 2 were really good. The 3rd felt very filler, and then
yeah,
this one felt like, "Oh, we're heating up again." But we still got 2
right.
more, which is cool. So, yeah.
Right, exactly, and I don't know how long the last 2 episodes are gonna be. Hopefully, they're, at least, like I said, 40, 45 minutes or so, but, yeah, I mean, I agree. Episode 3 was kinda filler. It was cool, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it was definitely, like, an episode worth having, I think, just to get the dynamic between the 2, because I think inevitably what's gonna happen, even though at the end of episode 4, spoiler alert, it looks like Tom Hiddleston's Loki dies, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think he is actually going to die or go away in some way at the end of the series. And I don't recall the actress's name, but Sylvie, is it Sylvie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sylvie. Yeah.
the female Loki is gonna essentially take his place. So
Yeah.
episode 3, I think from that standpoint, from a narrative standpoint, is necessary because it builds upon her character a bit and allows that kind of passing of the baton to a certain extent, just when it comes to appreciating her character and enjoying her and the very beginning of episode 4 was more of her backstory. And again, we got a little bit more of her backstory in episode 4. So I think that added to the factor of, just her kind of taking things over and her origin story to a certain extent. So I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do too. I think it's I think I feel you on that he might be going away, but I kind of thought that this was going to be like his swan song at the beginning of it, like this is
Mhm.
it for Hiddleston, he's done. But I'm like, I feel like the build up to the end of him is going to be way too fast, and I'm going to be so bummed out about it. Like, granted,
Yeah.
he's been in 10 movies, and he's done
Right.
big things in the MCU.
Sure.
Granted, and he already died once technically, but like,
Yeah.
like, so that version of him died in the very, the whole thing.
I
So,
well, and he died at the end of quote unquote died at the end of Dark World too.
yeah,
So,
so
yeah, I
like
mean,
he's died so many times.
he's like pretended to die a few times, and then he did actually die, and yeah, and
Thanos said he was inevitable, but Loki is actually inevitable.
it's true. That's true. And
No, but
it's
anyway,
just like such a sad character, and like he's so relatable and it's just an enjoyable guy. I just like having him around. I'm
yeah,
gonna be
for
sad to
sure.
see him go.
Hiddleston's just awesome in that role too. I mean, like
Yeah,
I'm sure if he'd never come along, I could picture somebody else being Loki, but at this point, I
yeah,
can't picture anybody else being Loki. And if
no,
they are going to get rid of him, this is a cool way to keep the character around with the variant
right,
and the female Loki and
right,
stuff, but I'm skeptical at the same time, about it. We'll see how it all. I
yeah,
just don't. I feel like they are now introducing these other characters, which maybe it's just going to be a 20-minute thing and then they're gone too. But like
mhm.
with these other Lokis, the alligator Loki, the child
That's
Loki,
yeah, the alligator and the child and the old man Loki. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll just
Mhm.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed about it. I don't think we're going to introduce any kind of a new big bad that's going to come around. I think it's just going to be strictly whoever's running the TVA, kind of thing. I don't think it's like
Correct.
going to be like Kang or Mephisto or like any of these big name villains in the thing.
Yeah.
Dormammu, like any of these guys
No,
that have hold on this. Yeah,
I completely agree. I am interested to see who is actually quote unquote running the TVA because
yeah,
I did have in the back of my head the theory that the I don't know what you call them, but the timekeepers were dead or
yeah,
just not existent, weren't really running the show at
right,
towards the beginning of the of everything, just with the level of secrecy and the distrust and all of that. I really didn't think that they were actually space lizards in a room running the show.
right.
So I am very interested to see now who's running things. I am also interested
Yeah,
to see now because it seems as though the idea that Tom Hiddleston's Loki, was hit with the stick thing, whatever they refer to it as, the baton, was pruned and killed, but is actually now in an alternate time event, which is New York after it's been destroyed, right? And as well as other Lokis there. My question remains, and I think this is probably on a lot of people's minds, is that what happens to everybody? Do they're not
Yeah.
actually dead? Anybody that's quote unquote pruned as actually just winds up in this one random
Realm.
spot.
Yeah.
And then if that's the case, who else is there? And if that's the case, is Owen Wilson there? Because his character gets pruned. And that was the saddest thing on the planet, by the way. Oh my God.
So,
I
do
love
you
that
want to
guy.
hear my
So
deep fan theory about this? Like, this is
do
getting
it.
in the weeds, and
No, do
maybe
your thing, bro. Yeah.
but I think Mobius is behind the whole thing.
You do. That
Yeah.
is deeply
Yeah.
why.
I don't know. I just feel like he's been too much of a, "Hey, I'm Owen Wilson, good guy. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to help you out." Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
to really, because we know he's not gone. We've seen other pictures and
Right.
trailers of him that we haven't seen scenes in this show yet. So, like,
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
know. I just kind of I don't think it's going to be some kind of big bad. I think it's going to be somebody we've already met so far, and the only person I can think of is him.
Interesting.
Best scene
I
in the
see.
whole show, though, to me, best scene in the whole show, real quick, is
Mhm.
when they go to when they decide they're going to go find the variant Loki, and Owen Wilson, Mobius, gives the daggers back to Loki, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Ooh!" And then the other lady walks by and snatches them out of his
Yeah,
hands,
yeah,
and he's like,
yeah.
"Oh man."
Yeah, that is
Anyway,
pretty
sorry, I
good.
had to
That is pretty
side tangent. It was so
No,
funny.
you're
His
fine.
face though was like, "Oh snap!"
Mhm. I thought
Anyway.
him singing on the train was probably one of my favorite parts. I really
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah,
that
that
part.
was good too, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed
This
that a lot.
series has been very good. I hope it
Yeah.
finishes strong. I
Mhm.
think it will, but also I'm skeptical at the same time, so
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing. It's just like I am I'm not skeptical that it'll finish good or finish well. I
yeah.
just like you said, I think I'm skeptical that it's gonna finish strong and that it's really gonna do justice to the character because in my opinion, Tom Hiddleston of the actors in the MCU is one of the best.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah,
think
for
Robert
sure.
Downey Jr. is by far and I mean, I know
He's the
Iron Man's the most
godfather, though.
popular Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Iron Man's, like, the most popular character in the MCU, but Robert Downey Jr. is the best actor in the MCU. Hi
that's true.
him in other movie roles have been some of my roles, like him in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and him in Chaplin. He's
Yeah.
a phenomenal actor, and he
Sherlock
deserves
Holmes.
all
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes, all the credit in the world. He's a phenomenal actor. So, he is terrific, despite the fact that Iron Man is the most popular. Yada yada yada. I don't. That doesn't really play into the ranking system, but Tom Hiddleston is definitely up there as far as the best actors in the MCU, and so I think they really need to take him seriously and do him justice for sure.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing Loki has done, it's introduced this whole multiverse idea into the
Yes,
MCU, which
absolutely.
is
Yeah.
gonna be obviously the next phase, whether they're doing Secret
Yes.
Wars or like whatever it's gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
with all this stuff. So I
Yeah.
hope it's good. I know we had that chat a couple weeks ago about the Spider-Man trailer, waiting for that to come out, but I'm still
Mhm.
chomping at the bit for that to kind of
Champing.
see what's gonna go on. And I
Horses
kind of
champ.
think I feel like something might happen at the end of Loki that would lead into, because since that's going to be, the bit next multiverse type of situation that
Mhm.
might like tease a little bit of something that's next. So
Yeah, absolutely.
multiverse wise. So like I kind
Absolutely.
of feel like they're waiting 2 weeks and then they're going to release the trailer for Spider-Man after Loki's done. So let it
Yeah.
have its
No,
course and then
and I kind of agree with you because and that's the thing is like that's what every WandaVision, I shouldn't say every one of these shows because it sounds like there's a dozen, but WandaVision and Cap and Winter Soldier did. They kind of teased what's coming next, basically.
yeah, for that
WandaVision kind of teased Doctor
situation. Yeah.
Strange and Cap and Winter Soldier teased. I don't remember
Captain
honestly what it
America
was.
4. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Captain America
So
4, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, there's obviously something coming afterwards, and that's why I say, like, it'll
Yeah.
the ending will be good, I'm sure. I don't suspect that it's gonna be some garbage tier ending that everybody's gonna hate.
The
But at the same
show's
time,
too
I
good
just
not
don't
to
know.
be in. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't know how strong it's gonna end and to what end it's gonna unfold if everybody's gonna really appreciate it or not.
Right.
Because, they're changing so many actors, um, that are so established and so beloved to these or not actors, but, they're changing these characters from one actor to the next that are, and the actor is so beloved in that character role, changing it to the next, it's gonna be really a huge dice roll, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
because I think the Marvel movies are always gonna be good. They're always gonna be a decent popcorn flick. They're always gonna make money. I don't think a Marvel
Yeah.
movie's ever really gonna lose money. And I
Yeah.
think the day that they do, they're gonna stop making them. But
Right.
it's just gonna be like, how good is it really? They're really gonna have to dress to impress as far as the next set of superheroes that they introduce.
Right. Hey, let's if you want to riff for a second, I got to hit the bathroom real quick, but I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, I don't. This is difficult. So Mason's leaving because he has to hit the John. I don't know what to talk about, you guys. Marvel movies. So okay, so I'll talk about Scarlet Nexus. I've been playing that. So Scarlet Nexus just came out. If you guys haven't seen it or heard about it, on PlayStation and Xbox, it's a terrific action JRPG, anime style graphics, anime style story for sure. So if that's kind of your thing, if you like things like the Trails of Cold Steel series or the Tales series of games, you'll enjoy it. It's set in 2270, if I recall correctly. It's about 250 years in the future, and you play two different characters that you can play either one.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just talking about
Yeah, I heard you.
Scarlet
Yeah, I'm
Nexus.
good.
Yeah, okay, cool. And it's just terrific that the storyline basically is, again, for me, I'm sold. It's weird. Uh, you're in the military. You play as a psionic. Like, all the characters have different psionic abilities. So, like, you have like electrokinesis. The main characters have psychokinesis, so they can throw things with their minds. And it's just so much fun. The
Yeah.
gameplay is bananas. Every button on the controller leads you in a direction of hitting three more buttons in a row to execute some kind of command. You can control all of the different powers of all of the people in your party. You can control them multiple ways. You can throw everything in the environment at your enemies. There's different status effects. So, like, if you're fighting an enemy and you grab something to drench them in water, and then you use electric attacks, it does extra damage, or you can drench them in oil and then use fire attacks, and it does extra damage. There's stuff that you can just pick up and throw at enemies. There's special items that you can pick up and throw at enemies that have like QTAs on the screen, quick time actions. So, like, you hit a certain button and then it does, like a slam effect, and you can keep
Mm.
slamming like it's just like, some random truck that you find on the road, just like slam it into a monster multiple times. The monster design is bananas. It'll be like a pair of sexy mannequin legs on top of a vase with a lizard tail. Like, literally, it's just the weirdest game you've ever played. They don't explain everything, which is phenomenal. That's my favorite way of doing things. And it's it's a blast. The story is compelling. It's an anime story, so the first act is kind of normal, slice of life ish, slow, and then act 2 and 3, they just blast you
Mm.
into this crazy sci-fi story that involves a little bit of time travel and a little bit of he said she said. You playing the two different characters, you're getting two different sides of the story, and Man, I couldn't recommend it enough. It's so much fun.
Cool.
I'm about halfway through playing the game, so
halfway through, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
It's probably something I'll never play, but if you're into that sort of thing as a listener, then you should check it out.
Yeah, I don't think you would like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I
Fortnite,
think
so
yeah, you have Fortnite, and that's really all you bought a PlayStation 5 for. But
bought a really
if you
expensive
like
Fortnite player.
I know. If you like JRPGs and you like anime style games, if you like anime storylines and action RPGs, because there's always these micro genres. But anyways, if you
Right.
like an anime story, you like an action RPG, I think you'll really like the game. It's
Cool.
getting really good reviews. For me, it's an easy 7, 8, 9 out of 10 so far. Yeah, it's been really
Nice.
solid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm glad you got that out. I'm glad you got that off your chest.
I did, yeah. I know, it's funny because, like, well, and Katie's listening, like, I literally, sat down and talked to her for maybe, like, 15 minutes or so about Final Fantasy VII the other night, and then I was talking to her about Scarlet Nexus, and she just very sweetly sits there and kinda listens to me prattle on for a little while, and then she's like, "Hey, okay, since I listened to you, can you just, like, go get me some ice cream?" Alright. She just, like
Currency. Uses her
Yeah,
listening time as currency.
it's
That's brilliant, actually. Yeah.
absolutely a currency exchange for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't teach
that's
my
good.
wife that.
You should.
No, I'm just kidding.
Did you ever beat her
Uh,
dad in StarCraft, by the way? I don't know if that happened.
her dad?
Yeah, because if you marry a Korean girl, you have to beat her dad in StarCraft.
No, her dad is not playing StarCraft. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, okay, getting back to the Marvel thing though, I don't know if you're even excited about this movie. We really haven't had
I'm
much of a
not.
discussion about it.
Shang-Chi, I'm not excited about it. I know
I
you
am
are.
so excited about this movie. Okay, because
I
all right,
knew you were
so
gonna bring it up.
I've been watching this show, Kim's Convenience, and so,
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
main characters of that show is Shang-Chi. Also,
right.
just a side note, the guy who plays Shang-Chi and Jung in Kim's Convenience is a huge Power Rangers fan. So,
Yes,
we have all these things in common, which makes me like him more. So,
yes.
anyway, but, but
We should get him on the
anyway, that
show.
right? That'd be awesome.
Maybe
But,
he'd join. Yeah,
I don't know, maybe. He seems like a nice guy. I'll
he seems
tweet
like a
him.
nice guy. You
Say,
should.
"Come on our one listener that's my sister show."
My sister loves you. Will you join our show?
Katie also says, "Gotta know how to play it," going back to the currency, the listening currency thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie says, "Gotta know how to play the game." Yeah, basically. Okay, so anyway, Shang-Chi, they released a new trailer, and guess who showed up in the trailer? Have you seen it?
Thanos.
Abomination.
Oh, yeah, Abomination, of course. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So that's rad because we all knew Tim Roth is coming back in the She-Hulk show as Abomination, and
Mhm.
he played Abomination in the original or Incredible Hulk movie that's nowhere to be found with what's his face. They changed the actor to Mark
One
Ruffalo.
of the 3 people that played the
Yeah,
Hulk? Yeah, okay.
the one before Mark Ruffalo. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Edward Norton. Ed Norton. What
Edward
am I
Norton, yeah.
doing? Yeah,
The guy
yeah.
that's a good actor, yeah.
The one Marvel movie that doesn't feel like an MCU movie at all until
Yeah.
what's his face shows up at the end. But anyway, so yeah, they're bringing Tim Roth, who played Abomination in that movie, back as Abomination, and apparently he's making some kind of an appearance in Shang-Chi, which is super slick.
It's Yeah, it's cool.
Also, it's rumored that Omega, what's his name?
Omega
Omega
Red.
3. Omega
Omega
3.
3. Gotta get them fatty acids.
Yeah, Omega Red might be showing up in that kind of
Yeah.
tournament scene as well. Which, if they bring if they introduce an X-Men character into this movie, that would be legendary. This movie
Dude,
would exceed to a whole new high level for me because
yes,
I'm just so excited about the X-Men joining.
yes. Yeah, I'm really excited about the X-Men coming into the universe, and I think it's probably gonna happen through the multiverse. I like the idea of the multiverse, getting back to this a
Yeah,
little bit, because you can
you can do
so
so much.
you can do so much, but you can do so much so quickly. You don't have to have, like, 2 exposition movies or an entire TV show dedicated to exposition as to why something happened. You can just be like, "Oh yeah, a villain shot this dude into a cannon and through one dimension into the next, and he landed in, Tony Stark's living room for no reason. Just apropos of nothing, you can add people into add superheroes or supervillains or whatever into whatever you want. And
Yeah.
and you can have different actors playing different roles. You can have one actor play one role in one movie and one actor play another role in another movie, and it doesn't really matter because you have the multiverse. It's super cool.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. So I'm looking anyway, I'm looking forward to X-Men coming in for sure. Like
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
think like you said there, they could bring Professor X is Patrick
Right.
Stewart if they wanted to. They could bring the first class Professor X, the guy from
Mhm.
Split. What's his name? It's James McAvoy. I got
Yeah,
there.
James McAvoy, yeah. I appreciate that because
Into
I
it
wasn't gonna.
if they wanted to. I kind of
Right.
think they're done with those characters, maybe kind of sort of whatever.
Sure,
I would love
sure.
to see a cameo from somebody, but we'll see.
Yeah. But I think the nice thing about that though is that it's like Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, the like, 3D
Yeah,
cartoon, and that they're just like the intro to the movie is like y'all already know who Spider-Man is. We're not fussing with that bit.
right.
We're just gonna dive into this story, okay? And I like that because everybody knows who the X-Men are. We've had 20 years of X-Men movies,
Yeah,
roughly. Maybe less, but roughly.
yeah.
We don't need to worry about the origin stories. We don't need to worry about this, that, and the other thing. We know Wolverine's from Canada. Pick a dude and stick him in a movie and have him slice some other dude up. We're happy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we
I
need.
mean,
It's fine.
I don't think they should just pick any dude because Hugh Jackman's going to be a hard role to
Alright,
follow.
but you know what I'm saying, though. We don't need a whole X-Men, Wolverine origin trilogy
Wolverine.
BS nonsense. Just pick somebody that's big and tall, or I'm sorry, no, Wolverine's short, actually, I apologize. Hugh Jackman is very tall, and they had to make him look short so that he could play Wolverine. Just pick a short guy who's in pretty good shape. I'll volunteer. And I'll take I want you don't even have to pay me a lot. You give me like 500 grand, and I'll do it. Like, I already got the facial hair. Alright, we're good.
Yeah,
My
you're halfway there.
I'm
You're
literally
halfway
living
there.
on a prayer right now. I'm so halfway there that I'm living on a prayer.
Yeah, that's gonna be our outro from now on.
That's fine.
But yeah, anyway, the Marvel universe, it's kind of mystifying right now of where it's going.
Mhm.
They haven't officially announced the next arc or if they're doing a next arc, if it's Secret Wars or whatever, like after the
Yeah,
Infinity Saga.
right,
So
right.
anyway, I
Be
just
interesting
know
though.
that yeah, all these shows are coming out. The next show is Hawkeye, and it's coming out,
Mhm.
I think, in like October,
Hot
November.
guy?
So hot guy, yeah, hot guy and
Oh.
hot girl. No, Hawkeye and
Oh, man.
because he's going to be retiring, and what's her face? What's
Who
the
the heck
girl
is
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye? Oh, yeah.
Female.
Oh, yeah, Bridget Bardot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's just a random actress. Um,
Man, we're such good fans.
the chick with the purple. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you for my life. It's not gonna happen.
Yep, I'm
Bridget
pulling it up
Jones's
right now.
Diary. It's like Bridget something. It's close.
Right.
It's close to Bridget.
Bridget Jones's Diary. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Google,
Uh,
who hold on, let me ask Bigsby really quick. Hold on
I
a
love
second.
how
Bigsby
it's Haley
Bigsby on my own.
Steinfeld who's
Hey,
playing
Bigsby, who's
this
gonna be
said
the new
character.
Hawkeye female?
Oh, dude.
Okay, here's a summary of what I found.
Haley Steinfeld.
Kevin Feige,
Yeah.
President
Yeah, they don't tell me the name of the
I can't
I'm
believe I
actually
can't think of her name right now.
I'm
I
really
looked it up
Kate
on
Bishop.
Google and
Kate
it just
Bishop.
said Kate
Kate Bishop.
Bishop. There we go.
Thank you. I cannot believe I have used Bixby every day for a year since I've had a Samsung phone. And 2 times it's given me roughly, not even the exact answer that I've asked for, but roughly the answer that I've asked for. Samsung, if you're listening, this podcast is never and will never be sponsored by you. I hate you. Bigsby is a worthless human being robot, and you should be ashamed for allowing Bigsby to be out in public.
Terrible. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Yeah, it's funny because I looked up Hawkeye.
Bro, if you want to look up hot guys, that's fine, but you do that after the podcast, all right? You do that after everybody's asleep. You go to your man cave in the backyard and you look up hot guys. That's fine. Okay. That's up to you.
No. Nothing. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm gonna go to my boy barn and I'll do the same thing.
Oh my God.
Freudian slip, she says. Oh, I love that hot guy Freudian slip. Classic. Classic Schmosby.
I looked up Hawkeye show on Google, and it's Haley Steinfeld is the main character, and it's just listed as Hawkeye. So she's going to be Hawkeye, essentially.
She'll be Hawkeye, okay. Yeah.
It doesn't even say Kate Bishop. It says Clint Barton, Hawkeye, as Haley Steinfeld is Hawkeye.
Haley Steinfeld is a really hot guy, to be fair. Now that that's recorded in real life, if she ever decides that she wants to be a man, I'll be 100% accurate, and you can't cancel me, so it'll be great. It's fine.
You're getting canceled anyway.
I'm so getting canceled. Don't follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the next show, but anyway, she's going to be the new Hawkeye.
That's awesome.
We got there. Somehow we got there.
We got there.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next phase. I just hope it's I don't think anything, like we talked about before, I don't think anything will ever live up to this first phase, but
no. And that's the thing. Yeah, sorry.
It's just a once in a lifetime type of 30 movie situation, honestly. Yeah.
It's just nobody's ever done 30 movies before other than Fast and Furious. It's that's it. It's Marvel,
which leads us to our next part. You know what I get mad at? Yeah, I'm going to talk about this right now. Just clear the floor.
Man.
Clear the floor. You know, I get mad at people on Twitter being angry about Fast 9. Okay.
Preach.
It's not realistic. What about this whole entire thing has been realistic from day one? I rewatched the first movie recently, and how are people jumping off Honda Civics to rob a truck? That's not real life. Okay, that is not real. I thought actually this movie was more closer to the streets and where they came from and everything about that than the entire series has been itself. Granted, they go to space. Yeah. Everybody knows that they go to space. People
they do.
Nobody's ever really dead in this, or 2 people go to space, but nobody's ever really dead in this universe. So as we know, it's been spoiled. Han's back, the man, the myth, the legend of the whole series.
Is he a bad guy now?
No, he's a good guy.
Okay.
That's kind of a spoiler. Let me pull up. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, I had that button queued up. But anyway, if you're going to sit there on Twitter and tell me I don't like this movie because it's not realistic, get out of here. Just delete your account.
Right. First of all, people have been to space. Movie. Okay.
Right.
You guys
just not in the way they went to space, but okay.
What did they do?
They were driving like this beat up car in space. Yeah. Luda and
guys, I don't know if you know this or not. Elon Musk shot a Tesla into space. Okay. Driving around the stars right now. Okay.
That's probably where they got the idea.
It's he probably sponsored it, honestly. I'm just saying it's more realistic than you think. Okay.
Yeah. The whole thing, it's all about family, as all those movies are. Yeah. And it's just a fun movie. I wouldn't call it like the best acting. It's none of those movies are ever gonna warrant the best acting. Whatever. It's just fun, and the ending, it's obviously like it's not over. Fast 9, spoiler alert, it's not over. They've already announced they're making 3 more movies, and then it's over. Plus a couple spin-offs probably. So get ready for 10 years more of movies, of Fast movies, because it's never gonna die.
I'm gonna make a gesture really quick, and I want Katie to comment on it. And my gesture is gonna be based on the Fast and Furious movies. So Katie's, if you're watching, just
okay, here we go.
Tell me what that gesture meant.
We need some filler here to bring it out before she gets the message. She's okay. Yeah, but anyway, so the Fast movie, it was super fun. She said, "Do it again."
I did 2 times.
Hello, other person that's joining us. We're just hanging out here talking about Fast movies and Marvel.
Thank you, Katie. That's what I have to ask. 3 more movies. Why?
I think you know what? I think that my favorite line in the movie is when I see flashing lights in the mirror, I don't stop. or the other line that's like, you can have any beer you want as long as it's a Corona. That's been my motto God. My entire drinking life.
This podcast brought to you by St. Arnold's. St. Arnold, ride the wave.
Wave. Every ad. Anyways,
every
no
ad
spoilers for Fast and Furious, but it was so good.
Yeah.
Okay, it was so fun. I wouldn't call it so good. It was so fun, and I'm gonna watch those movies for eternity.
Look,
so
a movie doesn't have to be good for it to be fun. It's like John Wick. Like, it's not good. The whole premise of 3 movies is that the dude's dog got murdered, and he's just going on a rampage. Literally. And, well, maybe, I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but regardless, it's not the deepest, most amazing thing, but it's a lot of fun. So,
Yeah, for sure. So Fast 9, if you're in the way of wanting to go see it and you like those movies, you definitely should. Don't skip over it, because it was better than the last one. I'll put it that way. It was definitely better than the Fate of the Furious, because the whole Rock feud and Vin Diesel not wanting to be any scenes with Dwayne Johnson. So the whole
this
thing.
Movie brought to you by Fast 9. Fast 9, ride the wave.
Oh God, here we go again. Okay, so anyway,
Fast 10 is actually going to be on Wave Racers.
Oh, Katie just texted. Oh, this is live things that went on 3 minutes ago. Katie just texted me our our new band logo for Month of Mondays. I'm gonna put it out there right now.
Nice, I like it. She actually did text me. She texted me a little bit ago asking me what the Canva login was, which I don't have the information for.
Oh, right.
But I'm glad she's working on it. She doesn't really actually work. I hope her employer listens to this podcast. She basically gets paid for nothing.
Yo, dude,
but I'm glad she does it.
Katie's doing more work than any of us are, because she's a healthcare worker.
That's true.
And I'm being completely serious. That's a hard job. True. Like, I would never wish that on anybody. And what she does amounts to way more than any code I ever write, because she's taking care of a situation that is very difficult.
Absolutely. Healthcare workers, ride the wave.
Oh, man. Anyway, so let's see. Did we have anything else we wanted to talk about today?
I don't think so.
You purchased a couple video games today?
I did. Yeah, well, Katie's on the podcast, so we can't talk about that, me spending money. But no,
it was like $5 a game, like, to be honest.
It was literally, it was on like super sale, which is the only reason I bought it. But I got Metal Gear Solid 5, I got Thief, and I got Red Dead Redemption 2, which are all a little bit older games, and they've been played out, but I'm excited to play them and excited to talk about them. Metal Gear Solid 5 is the only one that I haven't played of the series yet, and it was only $5 too. And then Thief was $2, which was bananas.
I saw
and
that.
then Red Dead was on sale for $25. So I'm just like, yeah, absolutely, I'm getting these. Like, why would I not? So
Nice,
I'm really excited to play all those at some point.
You have more games to play while you're not playing Fortnite with me. I see.
That's correct. Yes. I was actually going to try to convince you to buy Chivalry 2, and I was thinking about it, but I'm like, he's probably not going to play that with me. So, and I didn't really want to spend $40 on it. So,
yeah.
Shiv 2. So it's like a medieval combat game. And like it's like sword play and stuff like that, but like where like you swing the camera so that you can actually hit harder and things like that. It's pretty dope.
Interesting.
It looks dope. I haven't played it, but it looks cool. My battery's about to die, by the way.
Okay, cool. Well, I think this is now we're on a time constraint, dang it.
Well, it says I got 16 minutes left on my battery, so
16 minutes. We could go forever for 16 minutes. Just like you just delete off the podcast or off the show right now.
Yeah, if I leave, that's why, basically.
Right.
You'll have to.
Cool.
Please make sure you say until next time. We'll see you next time. Just
no, I'm going to say the other thing. Until next time. See you later.
Oh my God, Weston, I swear, botching my outros.
But anyway, thanks for watching. If you're watching the video on demand, thanks for hanging out, Katie. It's been fun. Thanks for interjecting here and there. And she says I take care of sick children, guys, which is very true. Like, and that's a hard job.
True. So yeah,
hats
absolutely.
off to you. I'm gonna put that just right under there. That's what she said. So
yeah.
All right. Anyway, we'll like I said, this podcast version will come out this week, and next week, hopefully, Weston will be back. We might even try to do another live. That'd be fun. This is a fun experience. I thought this was cool.
I mean, I get drunk all the time, so it's fun. Whatever.
Right. Get drunk and listen to myself talk all the time.
My daughter is straight up passed out in my bed right now, just like sitting here, just chilling with us. It's great.
Guys, see what he did there? He's reassuring his wife that his daughter is sleeping since she's watching us right now.
Yeah, she's just right over there. She's just super chill.
Yeah, she's a sweet girl. Yeah. All right, well, go back to your boy barn.
I'm going to head out to the boy barn, and I'll see you guys later. Until next time.
I'm going to play the outro or the intro again.
What? No. Until next time, we'll see you next time. Yeah, you're supposed to finish my sentence,
I'm supposed to. Okay, go again. Go again.
Until next time.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Jeez.
Thanks again for listening. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ban_cast. Also, you can find us on Instagram at Beyond Average Nerds. If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to rate, subscribe, and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And tune in every other Friday for new episodes.